Yes, I'm sure today you want to agree with me that without good health, nothing can go on. Come good marriage, come work, nothing actually can prosper without good health. So I'm sure today you want to tune in with me as we do this program, BEERA MULAMU. As usual, me, your presenter, Barbara Opeto. Today we have a very different guest, and I'm intrigued to introduce Faith Wasike to you. She is going to be a very sweet guest, and I'm sure you're looking forward to what we're going to talk about. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Yes, Madam Faith.
Yes, Barbara.
A very good evening.
Good evening to you.
How are you?
Very well.
I'm so excited you're in Uganda.
I am excited to be in Uganda as well.
Yes, so I would want to know who you are.
Ah, nice. Thank you so much, Barbara, for having me here.
Please.
And for having me in Uganda. As you've mentioned, my name is Faith Wasike Mrs.
Okay.
Wasike is my husband.
Uh-oh.
I am a daughter.
Okay.
My dad is called Namunyu. I am a sister. I am a wife, a mother.
Oh.
I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya in Kenya.
What?
Yes, but I'm also a lifestyle medicine nutritionist.
Wow, that's all that I knew about you. A nutritional lifestyle medicine. Like you trained in it?
Yes, I have trained in it. It's a course certificate that I took. But I also have done a lot of training, personal trainings on my own.
So it's, you said lifestyle medicine in nutrition.
Yes.
Wow, I'm interested in that. How come you went into that, being the what in Kenya, you said?
An advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
Oh, so you're a lawyer?
Yes, I am a lawyer by profession.
So how come you're interested in lifestyle?
Very interesting. As you say, lifestyle is everything. You know, without health, there's nothing that can go on.
I'm sure you catch that. Lifestyle is anything, everything.
Everything.
Wow. Our dear viewers, lifestyle is everything. Go on.
Yes. And lifestyle has many aspects.
Okay.
We have the water. Many of us do a lot of water. We see people in the gym every other time, exercise. We have people breathing fresh air early in the mornings. But the missing link in lifestyle has been the nutritional aspect. And when I say nutrition, I mean diets.
Oh.
Yes.
I see. So lifestyle, I can't even actually add it up in that a lawyer can opt to do courses of lifestyle. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I may ask what really triggered you to do a lifestyle course?
Thank you, Barbara, for that question. What triggered me to lifestyle, it's my personal experience in matters health.
Oh.
And then I got married to a doctor. And so a way of support.
Mr. Wasike is a doctor?
Yes, Mr. Wasike is a doctor. He's a doctor, he's a neurosurgeon.
Okay.
He operates on the brain.
Okay.
And so as part of supporting my husband, I said, let me do something in medicine. But because medicine is 6-7 years, I didn't have the luxury. And I was also doing, I'm already a lawyer by profession. I love my profession, but I said, let me do something to support his ministry in medicine. And that's why I went into lifestyle.
Wives over there, have you heard that? So thank you so much for being a good support to your husband. Today, I would want to know, like, what do you do with nutrition in lifestyle? Because our viewer might be wondering, is it just a segment? Is it a sector? Yeah, so what is lifestyle in nutrition? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Lifestyle, I think for me, I'd say it in a very simplistic way, is the bigger, it's the bigger aspect in the lifestyle. I mean, nutrition is the bigger aspect in lifestyle. You know, there's a lot of things, but people miss out on the nutritional aspect. For example, if I went to the hospital and the doctor prescribed medications on me, sometimes they say, stop this medicine, don't take milk with it, you don't have to take this and this and this. But it's always said in a subtle way that we don't take it seriously. But if we combine what we are told and the nutritional aspect, the diet, it can work. It has worked tremendously for myself and for many other patients I've been able to interact with.
Oh, this is interesting. I beg we pause for a prayer as we share to our viewer. King of Glory, we are very grateful to have Faith in this very program. We ask you kindly that you could help us buy something out of this. Actually, we beg that you could teach us something about our lives so that we could be better in each and every aspect. Thank you so much for listening to us and hearing our prayers and answering them. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
So, nutrition, big aspect in lifestyle.
Yes.
So we want to know
How it is.
Yes, like how is it connected even?
Yeah. Nutrition is diet, basically. Many of us, because of our nurture and nature, we have gone up in environments where we do not know how to balance the food that we eat. Because, you know, when you are able to know what kind of food to eat at what particular time, that's the quantity in terms of the portion and the quality in terms of what is helping you in the body. You see, for example, nutrition is it helps your body to fight. It gives an immune system. It boosts your immune system. So if you don't have the necessary diet or the necessary food or nutritional aspect, your body may not fight the many diseases that are coming out in this world.
Oh, so this is something general that you want to learn about. It's not tackling only one disease, but it's a whole general aspect of life.
Yes, Barbara.
Wow, interesting. How long have you been in this?
I have been in this for over 7 years now.
Experienced person
Yes,
before us.
7 years.
Wow.
Personal 2 and 5 years of supporting my husband and his patients. Yes.
So you do support the
Nutritional aspect.
like as he deals with the clients.
Yes.
You put in the nutritional aspect.
That's for
How
sure.
has it worked? Because surgery and nutrition.
Yes, it has worked tremendously, Barbara. We have a lot of success stories. Every patient that has gone through, for example, he's gone through a surgery, let's say for the brain, he has some tumor. We put him on a diet that will help him, the tumor not to recur, or also boost the immune system so that as he's going through the surgery, he can be able to recover faster.
Oh, that's very important
Yes.
to our viewer.
Yes.
Like when you go through surgery and you don't have support of the
Yes.
nutrition, you might really go bad.
That's true. That's
Okay,
very true.
and when you have a tumor, yes, removed, but you have to control the reoccurrence.
That's very true.
Wow,
And there are some,
interesting.
let me just, some that when there are tumors, when they get into diet, it shrinks and disappears along the way.
Of course,
so
of course.
you see how diet is very instrumental in any of the patients out here.
Have patients experienced the difference between just doing a surgery and living a lifestyle that you've been living before and this that you have done for them?
Sure, Barbara. For those who have embraced, when we take them through, I take them through a program. That program entails changing their lifestyle basically on nutrition. And so when patients embrace this issue of changing diet, and those who don't, there's a huge difference.
Wow.
A big difference. Those who embrace recover faster, and we have seen them, some of them had been given 2 to 3 months to live. They're living now 6, 7 years down the line, and they're progressing very well.
Wow, that I learned that there is actually someone over controlling life.
Yes.
Yeah, actually there is no one that can tell you you're dying the next minute.
No one can.
Okay, everyone can tell you, but usually it doesn't come true.
Yes, that's because God is in control of life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what I want to dive in is how to cooperate this with other treatments. The major question to you is, can we do nutrition alone? For example, someone has to go for surgery. They have a tumor. It's a brain tumor. It's growing rapid. Can we do without surgery? Is there any possibility when we're doing nutrition, just nutrition?
Very possible, Barbara. We have had those cases.
Repeat that to me, please.
Very possible, Barbara.
Okay.
Very possible. And
I'm
that's why I
interested.
said, you know what, lifestyle is everything. Because you see, for example, the tumors feed on something. Any other disease feeds on something.
Sure.
If your body is alkaline and it's acidic, there's a difference. So if you're giving your body food that is alkaline, you're basically reducing the chances of those diseases growing. And with time, if you continue like that and we continue observing you, there are people who have healed.
Well, I'm sure
completely
our
because of
dear
diet.
viewer might not know what alkaline is and acidity is, but we're going to know shortly. So I don't know how we can digest that for our viewer. Like, what are some of the foods that are alkaline
Okay, okay.
or acidic? I want just to be.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for that question. The viewer needs to understand, our viewer needs to understand today that if you're having, for example, vegetables, green vegetables,
Okay.
if you're having fruits, if you're having things like beans,
Grains.
if you have grains around you, that is alkaline food.
Oh, so alkaline is basically like plant-based?
Yes, sure. That's very true.
I want to be sure, is every plant-based, every plant is alkaline?
Most likely because you see that's what we have experienced. Most of the plants are alkaline, plant-based, but there's the bit that acid that is important to your body.
Okay.
Yes, that's important to your body as well.
Now that's important to our viewer, because I have heard people say, oh, lemon is acidic, pineapples are acidic. Can you clear that to our viewer?
The very interesting bit, let me talk about lemon.
Please.
Lemon is acidic before, for example, when it gets into your body, it becomes alkaline. It neutralizes your body now. When it's out here, people keep saying, and it's maybe sometimes I look at it from a point of the way we have grown up and what we've been hearing without proof.
Okay.
Because lemon is one of those fruit that when you eat, it alkalizes your body.
Wow, so before you eat, it can be acidic.
Yes.
But after it enters the natural body,
yes,
it alkalines
the body.
Remember, alkaline and acidity is just by pH.
Yes.
You might not need to know that, but what you need to know is about your diet, what is best for you. So thank you so very much for that explanation. So, yes, you can go on.
Yes.
You were saying after surgery, when they do nutrition, good nutrition, they get better. How? For example, which case have you handled and people have gotten so much better?
Yeah, I give one example, the medical example, which my husband may talk about it better when he's around someday. But very interesting, we had a case of two young people. They were around the same age, 15 years old, both of them. And one of the patients, we decided, when they had a brain tumor that was cancerous.
Okay.
That happened to be cancerous.
Wow.
And so when you put them on diet and nutrition, one of the patients that accepted to go diet and nutrition is doing extremely well.
So that means your husband is working in a certain hospital?
Yes, he's working in a hospital.
Which is that? Which
Moi
one is
Teaching
that?
and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, Kenya.
Which one? Pardon?
Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital.
Moi.
Yes, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital.
Yeah, because I was wondering how can you have certain two cases with the same. So in hospitals it's possible.
Yes.
Wow. So yes, you did what to one who accepted?
One, we put them into a nutritional best. We asked them to choose. You know, there's a bit where you choose where you can go for chemo and radiotherapy. That's fine. You have to choose. And one, we said you can decide to go with nutritional and see how you are able to improve. It's been now over 7 months of both of them. One, the one that decided to go another direction, that's not nutritional best, she's now basically going under. Her condition is deteriorating.
Sorry.
But the one who was doing nutrition and accepted to go on the diet and nutrition is doing tremendously well. We have good reports. She's gone back to school. There's no headaches and all those things. That's after the surgery.
She's back to school.
She's back to school with her normal lifestyle.
Well, our dear viewer, I'm sure you don't want to miss this. If you can be, actually you don't have to wait to be sick to do a nutritional study.
Yes,
I'm sure this is your chance to listen to our dear Faith, and I'm sure we will be enriched after this discussion. So, what was the case with that baby?
There was a brain tumor. Both of them had brain tumor that was cancerous.
My question would be, are there conditions that can't be handled by nutrition?
I am yet to see any at the moment because most of these conditions are handled by nutrition. For example, you can handle arthritis by nutrition. You can handle asthma. You can handle hormonal imbalance by the same, high blood pressure, diabetes. You can handle all these conditions by just changing or improving on your diets.
Wow, I don't know what to talk about because everything is seeming important. People have arthritis over here as well. People have had asthma. People have diabetes as well. So I'm just thinking we could help our viewer to at least rule out one. I think arthritis could be a big deal because I have seen actually many clients whose D-dimer is high, they can't even walk, their joints are swollen. So how can we do a good nutrition to such a client?
Oh, thank you, Barbara. I like to speak. Thank you for choosing that arthritis. And arthritis is a dear topic for me because I was diagnosed with arthritis when I don't know whether you call it senior 2. I was in Form 2 in Kenya.
Okay.
And one of these fine days, I just woke up and I fell from the bed. By the time I was going to the hospital, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
Wow.
It was so painful. I was in excruciating pain. I couldn't explain.
It does pain.
Very, very painful, especially during the cold seasons. It can be very unbearable.
Yes. Because
and your bones are also weak, you know. You feel that your bones are weak.
Wow.
And so at that time, when my parents took me to the hospital, it was kind enough to see a doctor who was an older doctor. And my diet was specifically nyama choma. You know, my father we didn't know about health then. So my father used to come and we used to call nyama choma in Kenya.
That is muchomo in Uganda.
It's muchomo
roasted.
In Uganda. Yes, roasted beef, you know.
Okay.
And it used to be an evening. Every evening, I would wait for my father to come, and so we have this meat together. And so the doctor said, "What have you been having?" I said, "All these things." He said, "Have you been having a lot of this roasted beef in the evenings?" I said, "Yes."
Oh, before even you told him.
Before I told him, and he said, "Please stop it." Of course, my father could not believe it. He said, "Me, I'm old, but I've never had that issue." So there are people who these things catch them up when they are older. Others, they are young like me. I'm very
sure
young
you don't want to wait to get it to change your diet.
Yes.
Are you walking?
Yes, I can run now. I have a lot of energy and strength.
Since when did you recover?
Let me say it's now been over, then I was maybe around 80. It's been over 10 years.
10 years of healing?
Yes. But complete healing is when I change my health from everything all round, you know.
So you had the reliefs, the painkillers?
I'm off painkillers. I don't do painkillers. My bones are I don't feel the pain.
Okay, let's dive into that arthritis.
Yes.
So what do you do with an arthritic patient?
Arthritic patient is basically inflammation. Inflammation, I just say the body is acidic.
Okay.
So the first thing you do is make sure that the body is alkaline.
Wow. So acidic, alkaline. Once the body is alkaline, inflammation comes down.
Inflammation comes down, the pain tremendously goes down.
Comes down.
Yes.
Our dear viewer, I'm sure you want to know what is coming up next. But we'll have a short break and we'll be back to know how inflammation can come down. Remember, it's affecting every organ. It's affecting almost everyone. And we will be back.
Munsi etabuse bweti ebibuuzo bingi naye ate ekyewuunyisa nti ne mu byeddiini ensonga y'emu. Tunaakola tutya? Tunajjawo ebyokuddamu naye nzize n'ensonga ennungi kubanga Bayibuli yeyina ebyokuddamu eri buli kibuuzo kye twebuuza. Nyinza ntya okusoma Bayibuli ne ngitegeera?
Bayibuli kigambo kya Katonda. Ekyo omuntu kyekyo kye yeetaaga okusooka okutegeera ate kye yeetaaga okusembayo okutegeera bw'abanga anaategeera Bayibuli.
Ddala Yesu Katonda.
Bayibuli egambye ebintu byonna byakolebwa ye bye tulaba n'amaaso ne bye tutakola ki?
Bye tutalaba.
Kakati oyo tumuyite ki? Agwe abanziramu.
Okusinza Chechi.
God first, God last, God in everything. That's the simple definition of the word worship.
Ebyo byonna n'ebirala bingi biddibwamu wano ku 3 ABN TV mu programu yo Bayibuli egamba ki. Nange omuweerezaawo era omutesitesi wa programu eno Maureen Namutebi. Jangu tuyige ate nga bwe tunyumirwa.
Katonda ayagala abantu be okusiima enteekateeka y'emmere mu ngeri etalwaza obulamu waffe. Waliwo obukwakkulizo bwe twetaaga okutunuulira eri ffe ffenna abaagala okukuuma obulamu obulungi. Ffenna twetaaga okubumanya era okubuyigako. Obulamu bukolebwa ebintu bingi era ng'ekimu ku byo y'endya yaffe. Kyova olaba puroguramu Effumbiro ekuleetedde engeri gye tuteekateekamu emmere, ebyokunywa ate nga bigasa obulamu bwaffe. Lwaki Katonda ayagala tulye bulungi? Kubanga Katonda atwagala era atwagala nga tuli balamu naffe tusobole okumuweereza obulungi.
Okimanyi nti abasiikapaanyono kutto abamu tebamuliwa. Bwetyo omusiikisa ekituufu bw'omala omusiikisa olina muliwa. Ebyo bye bireeta kansa.
Gasingira ddala ku gali abantu amata ge bamanyi ag'ente. Naye ate go kuba ag'ente galina nabyo ebibisa byabo. Naye ate gajja ne kuba wandikiisa side effects.
N'ebirala bingi tobusubwa ku puroguramu Effumbiro nga tukuleetera abafumbi ab'enjawulo nga batulaga engeri gye tuyinza okuteekateekamu emmere yaffe. Buli lwa Sande essaawa 5 wano ku 3 ABN TV. Nange omwandizi wo Nantume Nora.
Yes, I welcome you back from that short break. Remember, we were talking about nutrition in lifestyle, how it is helping you and me to recover even from illnesses. We were talking about arthritis.
Yes, Barbara.
Yes, so I want to know, let's say I'm arthritic, what to do in my nutrition.
Okay. Thank you, Barbara. As we earlier mentioned, we are saying that you need to make your body alkaline.
Yeah.
And I said some of the things that can help us to make our body alkaline. For example, you need to take plenty of water.
Sure.
That this water needs just not to be plain water. You can add a tablespoon of turmeric and squeeze some lemon into it and drink. As you drink your water, you make it part of it.
Okay.
They also, you know, when it's about the bones. To strengthen your bones, you need things like, I don't know whether here in Uganda you have baobab.
Baobab, yes, the tree
very
of life.
important.
I know
Yeah,
that
that's
tree.
very good for your
yes,
calcium.
we can get it maybe from Mombasa, but it's around in the market. I have seen it.
Yeah.
Baobab, yes.
And very, very good for the bones.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you strengthen the bones. Then you take things like, I don't know whether you have moringa here.
Moringa we have.
And moringa is
We
very,
do.
very good. You know, when you're taking
That's
your water.
drumstick.
Yeah, I think it's drumstick.
Yes.
Yes, you put it in your water. But there's also things like vegetables. For example, in Kenya, we have what is called okra.
Okay.
Okra
is here
it's
as well.
also here as well. So it lubricates your bones.
So you eat it or you put it?
No, you eat. You eat in your body.
Okay.
And sometimes you can even make water. You can make water out of it. You soak overnight and drink.
I have had that
Yes, you
from my
drink.
grandparents.
Yes, so you drink and then you take a lot of vegetables. The issue with, for example, if you have very severe arthritis, for the time being, avoid raw tomatoes as much, and nightshade. Nightshade in Kenya, we have what is called managu.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's the same here.
I have heard of that, but I do not know
Yes,
it personally.
nightshade is usually a little bit bitter. And it has some things like far.
It's okay.
Yeah, so you avoid that for the time being, but major on things like terere, the very slimmery vegetables.
Vegetables. Okay,
Yes, very good for them. Very good for the bones.
joints.
Yes, and then you keep on doing things like when you're taking that turmeric, you can add black pepper.
Yeah, to
Black
activate
pepper,
or?
yes, to activate the ingredient in the turmeric.
Okay.
And then if you have some olive oil or coconut oil, just add to lubricate your system. So
I'm
basically,
sure black pepper is so strong. How much?
just a pinch.
Just a pinch.
Just
Be
a
sure
pinch.
it's a pinch, please.
Yes, and when you're taking a pinch, don't do it every other time. Do it once so that the active ingredient in turmeric may be able to be retained in your body, so that it helps to alkalize the body. But as you do that, I'm just saying, these are the do's. Please avoid things like milk for the time being.
That's what I wanted to ask you. We have talked about alkaline foods.
Yes.
What is acidic in this world?
Acidic in this world, basically, from my own personal experience, anything that is animal protein usually tends to be acidic. The milk, the beef, the chicken, avoid that for the time being. Until, for me, I avoided it entirely because when I try to introduce it, I get the flares. So your body will be telling you what is not necessary. I wish I could tell them to avoid completely, which is a good thing. Yes, but try and test and see how it works for you. But the moment you begin to avoid and then you introduce, you will see a huge difference.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it possible to avoid completely meat products?
Very possible.
How does that work? Because people might be thinking, okay, now if I quit meat, what am I going to eat? People think meat is all that they need. So I don't know, to our viewer, how can you quit meat? Like, how can you really cut out
meat?
Yeah, because if they are acidic, then your inflammation will be coming.
That's true. That's true.
So if we can avoid them, but how?
Okay. The how bit is usually the question for many people. But when to begin to train your taste bud, because this is just about training your taste buds, and you realize you need to have something to substitute. For example, if you take beans and meat, you get more nutrition in the beans than you do when you get it in the meat. When you get the soya milk, you can take soya milk. There are those who have almond milk. There are those who come in from our neighborhood like Tanzania. There's cashew nut milk.
Cashew nut.
Yes, all those milk. Nut. Yes, that's the alternative, and it's very easy. If you don't have anything, you just crush them and take the water and drink. Or if you have a blender, the better. You blend it and then you drink it as milk. Okay. So it's an alternative to the normal cow milk.
My viewer, you have gotten an alternative of cow milk from Madam Faith. Thank you so very much. I would want to know how to make this milk.
Okay.
Because when someone is hearing this and they do not know it, I'm not sure they can make it. For example, let's say soy, because soy is cheaper than almond.
Yes, yes, sure.
So let's say soy milk. I want to cook milk, cow milk, but I have to substitute it.
Yes, that's correct.
So how do I make soy milk?
Thank you, Barbara. I think that's the simplest for us here in Africa, for us in East Africa, because we are able to grow them.
You sure?
Yes. So when you go to the market, as your start, get the ones that are organic, because there are a lot of them that are imported in the country. But if you want to know the one that's best, when you grow them, they regrow. So you can pick and do a few. It will take a few days to regrow and know that it's the right soybean for you.
That is a good hint.
Yes.
Did you know how to know something is organic? You have to take little seeds, plant them anywhere near you, even if it is in a tin. To those staying in apartments, we're not left out.
Yeah.
So plant, get soil and put in, and then you see if it grows, then you can start making soy milk out of those seeds. Yes.
Then soy milk, it's very simple. It's one of the simplest of all the milks that we are able to make.
Please tell us how.
You soak them overnight. You soak them, you wash them very well, normal washing, just to remove any chemical that may be there. I hope there are no chemicals, but just remove even the dirt and handling. So you soak them overnight, and once you soak them overnight, in the morning, you remove them from the water and you blend them.
Okay.
You blend them.
Blending, you put in water.
You put in water.
Okay.
And then you blend them you make sure that the consistency is good enough.
Okay.
And then you sieve. You just use the normal sieve.
Yes.
There are those who want to use a cloth, which is sometimes not very hygienic. So you just sieve it. But for soy milk, from there you can add some things like cinnamon, rosemary.
To contract the scent.
Yes, because
from cow milk.
Yes, because if you're into getting it from cow milk, you're seeing something very different.
Please sweeten something that is very natural and healthy to suit you.
Yes.
Actually, don't run away from soy milk because it's tasty.
Yes.
Or I had ever tasted. Make it sweeter and actually make it sound good to you. In a sense, when you have a cup, you should not run away over it because of the scent. He's saying of which one we should add?
Cinnamon is good.
Cinnamon is good, but maybe it's not good for everyone. Maybe the tiny ones.
Yes.
What can they use to spice up their?
You can use rosemary if you want to use
rosemary sounds great.
Yes.
I mean, the scent can be very
lemongrass is also good.
That one is too good.
Yeah.
Be sure to use any of the said ingredients. Yes. So after sieving, you cook.
You cook it very well. And it's very interesting because it boils like milk. You can see it coming up. You know, the way you see milk coming up, you see it coming up, you can reduce the fire and cook it enough so that it's able to absorb the nutrients. And again, at the same time, it's able to remove that nutty taste.
The nutty taste. So, but how long do we boil this?
I'd recommend 15 minutes. 15 minutes to 20 minutes if you're good enough.
Yeah, it depends on even the fire source.
Yes.
Now, I'm interested to know, okay, I'm quitting from cow milk to soy milk, but how about sugar?
Okay.
Is sugar alkaline or acidic?
It's also another element. The processed sugar is acidic.
Okay.
But we can get the natural sugar that we call jaggery. Okay. The brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
That brown sugar is good enough. You can make it to taste. You can use honey.
Okay.
You can use honey very well.
In your soy milk, you can put honey, jaggery. What
you can put stevia.
Wow, stevia, I have heard about it.
Yes.
But they call it diabetic sugar. So
I think
if I'm not diabetic, can I take that?
Yes, you can. I think it's just putting on people the good things.
Oh, when you have a disease, they tag on you something nice.
Yes, tag on you something
Be sure to use stevia because it's not any harmful.
Yeah.
Anyway, choose from the 3 that we have talked about. We have honey. How do we use honey? Because most of the people say, oh, honey, once you put it in hot things, it becomes toxic. How true is that?
That's not very true. That's not true at all. Let me not say very true. It's not true at all. Because once you put honey is one of those things that help even with the sinuses and when you have issues to do with your throat, respiratory, antibacterial, it's very good. So once you put your soy in your cup, you don't have to put in the whole saucepan.
You put in your cup.
Just take a tablespoon or 2, enough, and you take it in your cup. That's a cup of 250 ml.
Yes, thank you so much for answering that question. But our viewers, I don't leave you just like that. If you're skeptical about it, if you think honey can be toxic, the other way you can maybe use cold water, mix it properly. Yes. After mixing in the cold water, then you can pour it in your soy milk and you enjoy. Yes, so we have actually judged a lot about soy milk.
Yes.
But that was part of the alkaline foods. We can continue with the alkaline foods. So we're making a transition, and we are wondering if we can actually come from this alkaline to no, we can come from the acidic to alkaline. Yes, what else is alkaline?
Thank you, Barbara, for that question. What else is alkaline is fruits. A lot of fruits are alkaline. Say for watermelon.
Oh, I had to ask acidic. We dealt with the alkaline.
Finished.
Okay, yeah.
Fruits are alkaline. What else is acidic?
Acidic.
You know, fat. You know, once you put the fat on the fire, you change its state.
Okay.
And you make it acidic.
Okay.
And so for me, the greatest fat that you can use when you're changing your lifestyle as part of nutrition, coconut oil is the most stable fat on fire.
Wow.
And then if you're not using it on fire, if you can afford olive oil, you can still also pour it into the, for olive oil, you don't use it.
Boil.
Yes, you just use it directly into the salads and the food. Once you're done with your food, you don't have to cook with oil.
Okay.
You can cook very well without the oil, and then later on just add your oil when you're done with the cooking.
People want tasty things. How tasty can coconut be in a meal?
Very tasty. It's one of those tastiest fats I have ever met.
Well, our viewer, you can eat without frying your food. That's what we are trying to say. But we're giving you alternatives that coconut can work well Olive can work well, but on table, of course. What else is that?
Peanut oil. Peanut oil. Yes.
Peanut oil also can.
Yes.
How is the boiling point
For
peanut
oil
compared to coconut?
Coconut is better than peanuts, yeah.
Okay.
But you see, I know in Africa, most of us, and especially here in Uganda, you have a lot of nuts.
Wow.
Just make sure that it's dried very well to avoid the aflatoxin, and then make sure that you grind very well and use it.
Actually,
Yes.
yes. You've had, Madam Faith is trying to say that actually things that are acidic injure our body, they increase the inflammation, and then things that are alkaline actually heal our body. We want to know more about the acidic point so that we avoid. You've heard that actually frying your food with oil, you change actually the chemical compound, or you said? What changes?
The state changes.
The state changes in that it can increase your inflammation and disease in your body. So we have chosen to use coconut oil. Actually, you can find it in Uganda. Yes, we have people who have coconut oil.
Yes.
But be sure you're getting the cold place one.
Yes, that's
yes.
true.
What else is alkaline?
Acidic. Yeah, beef is very acidic.
Oh.
I don't know whether people love beef here a lot. And
just know you're touching someone's eye.
Yes, it's acidic.
Someone's eye.
And especially the fact that when it gets into the body, it stays longer. You know, digestion is supposed to take place easy and fast. But most of the meats, what happens, stays to your body at most 3 days, you know, and it makes it rots. It basically rots. And sometimes when you want to know about it, when you have to remove gas, the kind of smell that comes out tells you that things are not okay in your system.
Did you just say it rots?
Yes, basically that's...
I'm sure you don't want to have rotten things in your system, isn't it?
Yes, that's
so
true.
What do? We really love this meat, and I'm not sure we were yet to just quit just like that.
Yeah.
So how do we quit? As in, what let's substitute.
Yes, let's substitute. I think substitute is very important because that's why when you miss the link, because you can keep from being, it's called being healthy to being unhealthy by just doing things haphazardly. You have to prepare yourself, you have to prepare your body, and you keep doing it little by little. Small quantities. For example, today, you know, there's a variety of beans. I don't know if you have a variety of beans here in Uganda. We do. We also have a lot of beans. You have peas. Do you have peas?
Yes, we have peas.
Do you have lentils?
White. Yes, we have.
Yes, so you see, today if you're doing white beans in the morning, you can do the red beans in the evening.
Okay.
You can do the other. Then when you keep changing and changing all the time, then you also have a lot of tungujas. I don't know what you call them here.
What is its name in English?
I don't know whether we have the things that look like tomatoes. They're different. They're greens. Some are very small and tiny.
Maybe I do not know about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of variety. And eggplants. You see eggplants. The family of the eggplants.
Wow. So basically you're saying we have a lot of variety in vegetable or in plant side.
Yes.
So you're giving us information that we can actually eat beans of different shades.
Yes.
You said of chickpeas, lentils.
Yes, we have lentils. We have kidney beans.
We have kidney beans.
Yes.
And let me tell you, in Uganda, kidney beans, we have many types.
Imagine.
And I'm sure it doesn't taste the same.
Yeah.
We have the white beans, we have the yellow beans, we have the mixed beans,
I've
like
seen
colored.
some green. I've seen along the way, I've seen green beans.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with that, we're sure you can really supplement. Remember, beef is beef. It has no variety.
There's no variety of beef in it, it's just beef.
So it's one.
Yes.
So I want to let you know that it's very possible, according to what we are talking about, if you have a lot of grains.
Yes.
Or even nuts.
Yes.
In Uganda, we eat ground nuts.
Yes, that's very good. That's very rich.
You see, so plus ground nuts, I think we can thrive with that.
Yes, you can thrive with that. We want to, as much as we can, our viewers to just have the best within their reach.
Okay.
We don't want to sound like it's something we're going to pick from the United States to here. Yes. No, we want you to have whatever you can. And it's possible. You just train your body. You tell yourself it's possible. And indeed it will be possible.
I really want to actually emphasize the point that you just said earlier. not supplementing is very harmful to your health.
That's true.
That is living unhealthy to be unhealthy.
Yes.
Please be sure you're supplementing.
Yeah.
Yes, and you have to be sure that you understand that when your body is alkaline, you're not healing faster. So put in some energy to quit acidic things, but put in more knowledge. I learned something that we have to reason.
Yes.
As we go on with life. Be sure of what you're doing. So I would still want to know, now we have dealt with the sauce or the sauce part. How about the foods? Like, for example, cassava, sweet potato, Irish, those things. Are there some that are acidic?
Yes, very true, Barbara. For example, Irish potato is very acidic.
Okay.
Yes, if you would like sweet potatoes and what do you call it, arrowroots and the yams, they are alkaline. Irish potatoes, they tend to be acidic, and even when you go on with arthritis, you are told not to eat them. Yeah, eat them as much as you're supposed to do. I think it's because maybe it's not very African. Irish potato is not very African, but we have our African potatoes, which we have. Sweet potatoes, we have arrowroots, we have yams, we have cassavas. Those ones are good and perfect.
Wow.
And you know, for example, if you're doing a bean, you don't have to do a chapati, you know. And I forgot to mention, because wheat is also a very great contributory factor in inflammation.
Okay, yes, when you have arthritis, listen to this.
Yes, that wheat is a great contributor. When you just normal and you have good health, you can always have it.
Yes.
Not every other day, but you can always have it in maybe twice a week or 3 times a week. You don't have to have it not so often. Because the wheat that we have is not the original wheat we used to have many years down the line. And it can really make your body inflamed. And some people who have migraines and things like that, is this because of things like wheat, you know?
Be sure that you understand that actually some things have changed their chemical compound due to actually these GMOs and stuff.
That's very true.
So in this, we have to be sure that according to your disease, you're eating.
Yes.
Is it what you're saying?
That's very true.
Yeah, so I was in India before, and you know, I would cook Irish a lot. One of my friends said, hey, you're going to hurt your bones. That is a lot of Irish.
Yes.
So what they do usually, they put 2 to 3 pieces in the sauce.
Yes.
And then they eat it as sauce.
That's very recommended.
But here in Uganda, we do eat a lot of Irish.
That's very interesting to get to know.
So much. Because it's tasty, it is easy to cook. You can cook it without sauce.
Yes.
So to us Ugandans, this is new.
It's a challenge.
Yeah,
it's a challenge.
but we can deal with it, I think,
That's
with
true.
other things. You have talked of arrowroot, yams.
Yes.
Here we have 2 types of yam, the smaller ones and the bigger ones.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, be sure to ingest that. What else in the food family?
In the food family, I know a lot of Ugandans, I just came to experience that your flour, the maize, the whole meal, you make it to be white, you know, basically soft and smooth.
Yeah.
If you can make it coarse, it's even better for you because you need the husks.
True.
You need the husks to help with the digestion and to help the body not to be as acidic as it can.
Is that really too healthy in that we can't live without it? Because here in Uganda, course, I'm not sure. But anyway, how problematic is it if we eat fine flour?
You're basically removing the nutrition and you're just eating what we call calories, just to add on your aids.
Please listen. You're just doing what?
You are basically, okay, sorry, Barbara, I hope that my viewers will get to understand.
Please.
Dear viewers, this is very important because when you make it very fine, you are removing the nutritional aspect of it. You are removing the thing that help with the digestion and to give you the immunity and the strength. You are basically adding calories to yourself, adding weight. Nothing much.
Wow.
Nothing valuable to your body.
And in Uganda, we're fighting a lot of weight nowadays. So be sure you're not eating, it's called refined things.
Yes,
Come
empty calories.
Come maize, come rice.
Yes, come white rice, you know.
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
whether you have brown rice in Uganda.
Yes, we do.
Brown rice is the best rice ever, and it is very cooked normally. Once you get to taste it, tastes very nice.
Wow.
I changed my rice to brown rice, and it's worked very well.
Okay.
And I eat that a lot, and I find it even tastier.
Wow, interesting. So, our dear viewers, we are actually shifting our goalpost from acidic to alkaline, and we are told actually refined foods are a burden to our system. So you don't want to be burdening your system. You want to help your system. Remember, once it gives up on you, it's the only regret you can ever make.
True.
So let's make sacrifices. Is it a sacrifice actually to leave white flat to the brown? Is it a big sacrifice? Do you feel so?
It's a worthy sacrifice. If
Wow.
you call it sacrifice. But for me, I don't see it as a sacrifice. I see it as a benefit.
Wow.
Because, you know, when you're healthy, something that you do when you're healthy, you're able to work, your mind is alert, your body physically is well. I don't think there's anyone who loves to be in pain.
I know.
You know, when you're sick, you're in pain, you're thinking, and you're always worried, you're always on medication, the side effects. But when you're healthy, you work better, mentally, physically, psychologically, and even emotionally.
Wow, I'm sure you want that. I'm sure you want to be so healthy in that no aches in your body. Now, we want to actually conclude. I'm not sure we are done with the acidic and the alkaline things. But so far what you've told us, I think, is a good move. What else in, let's deal with arthritis. You talked about tomatoes.
Yes.
Not to be ingested much.
Yes.
You
For
talked
arthritis
about
patients.
wheat products.
Yes.
My dear, they mean those chapatis.
Yes, the mandazis.
The mandazis, of course.
The cakes.
The cakes,
I
because
know.
they are made out of wheat.
Yeah.
So you got to actually not minimize, but if you want arthritis, yes, you can minimize. I'm sure you don't want it. So, yes, we have talked about what else that an arthritic patient.
Milk is very critical for That's
yes.
very critical for
Why? Why is milk, cow milk?
cow milk.
Why does it increase these pains, if I told you, you know?
Yeah, basically what cow milk does is just make your body acidic. It does make it acidic because of the protein that is in it. And you know, there are people who even say there's a lactose intolerance. There's a lactose as a protein in it. So when it gets into your system, it basically makes your system acidic. And as it's making acidic, for my dear viewer, at layman language, is basically corroding.
Yes, corroding the joints.
Corroding the joints. And as the joints get, and it's just not the knee, even the back.
And
issues,
everything.
and the knuckles and the knuckles and the elbows, you know, bones. You keep feeling my bone everywhere. You're so healthy and you're so big, but you seem like you're healthy and big, but your bones are having issues. That's basically a great source of one of those pains.
Wow, I want to conclude by this question. I usually hear many professionals saying arthritis does not heal. How true is that?
I don't know whether I'm saying it from a point of testimony. Arthritis heals completely.
Wow, just by lifestyle?
Yes, lifestyle. Basically, that's what I did myself. You know, I'm speaking from a point of my own personal testimony, and it healed completely. And I've seen other people as well who have done the same thing, and they have healed out of arthritis. The interesting bit, you know, about lifestyle is because you have abused your body for many years.
Oh.
So it will take some time to get well.
To recorrect.
But please keep at it. Keep at it. Be patient with yourself. And then it is, I keep saying it's a sure bet. It's a sure bet.
Sure bet.
It's a sure bet,
like
you know,
that.
for lack of a better language.
Wow.
It's a sure bet. It's progressive, but for sure, at the end of the day, you will be able to just heal yourself and you will feel the huge difference.
I'm sure that is the best that you can ever have, recorrecting your body to a very healthy body without actually struggles.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, Barbara, as well.
Can we have you again?
By God's grace,
Amen.
by God's grace, I would love to come back again.
Wow!
Yeah.
We will host you again. Thank you so very much. I
you.
beg that we conclude with prayer, because all these things that we've talked about for a Ugandan, some things are very tough. We need mighty, like a mighty hand in it, if we have to do all these changes. Could you close with a prayer, please?
Sure. Let's pray. Our kind and loving Father, we are very grateful for the chance to be able to know about the truth that we can change our lifestyle through nutrition. Difficult as it may seem humanly, there's nothing we can do, but we can do everything through Christ that strengthens us. And so for our dear viewer who plans to change their lifestyle and their diet especially, give them the grace, the willpower. And when that happens, you have said that if we diligently hearken to your voice, you will give us good health. I desire good health for them, and I pray for them that this may be in accordance to your will. Whatever we have talked about, Lord, we pray that it may be for the glory and honor of your name and for the healing of your children out there. This is our prayer of faith in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Thank
you
you
so very much. I remember it's our MULAMU program. We will be interested to have you watch this always whenever it comes up. Please tune in to 3ABN for more information. Bye-bye. See you.